Alright, so we're back working on the C30 today. As promised, we're doing some mechanical work today. We've got brake discs front and rear, brake pads front and rear. We've got a full service kit, so oil filter, air filter, cabin filter and a fuel filter, as well as oil. Got some new wiper arms, or wiper blades should I say, they need doing. I've also got suspension arms to put on, but we'll see if I get time to do that in today's video. So let's get to it. I mean, it's not too bad. Just needs a bit of a clean and a wire brush on most of the components. Gonna have to get a new clamp for that boot. It's perished. But other than that, it's just crust by the looks of it. Yeah, this is not in good condition, but I'll try and clean it up with a wire brush and some rust converter, some black paint. Right, onto the main event. Let's get the brakes done. Yeah, 7mm. One down. And greasy. Number 2. Should really be wearing my gloves for this. Actually, let me go and get some gloves. Got a trim removal tool. Should be good enough to get behind it, and a pick for the retaining clip. Didn't clip off. So there's plenty of meat on the discs, but you can definitely see on the face of the pad that it's, I don't know how well it's going to come out on camera, but that is not wearing evenly at all, and that could potentially be the cause of our judder. Yeah, that's got a massive lip on that. Yeah, I mean, you're never going to see it visually, but they don't actually look too warped. Regardless, we've got brand new Febby bits. That's what we'll be putting on. Alright, I'll go and get some cable ties to hang this out of the way, and we'll get the carrier off. Right, so we have the caliper hung on the spring there, and now we need to take the caliper carrier off this wheel hub. Now, according to Grok, these are a 15mm socket to get these undone, which I've lost. Here it is. So let's see how accurate Grok is. And just a disclaimer, you should always check this yourselves. Don't go on the advice of AI. So we might have to get the old hammer out and just give her a tap on there, so you can get some of this corrosion off the bolts. Otherwise we could strip it, or round it, sorry, round it, not strip it. Oh yeah, these have seen better days. I need the hammer and maybe some WD-40 on them. Just going to give them a soak in WD-40. We'll just minimise our chances of rounding anything. Bloody hell. Ah, there we go. Yeah, that's a stuck bolt. Holy moly. Well, we didn't round it and we didn't snap it, so that's a positive. Right, onto the top bolt. Hopefully that's been sitting for long enough to make it a bit easier than the last bolt. Okay, that's on there. You can see how much force we need to put on it this time. Oh yeah, that's it. Not too bad. WD-40 doing its job. Looks like we're going to have to put some Loctite when these go back in. Luckily we do have some. And the carrier is off. Right, I'll go and quickly clean these up on the bench. Quickly interject just to show you the state of the disc. It's fair to say these have seen better days. Definitely seen better days. And for the backing plate we've got some satin black Rust-Oleum. I'm going to just put some around that dust cover to try and extend its life slightly longer than it currently will last without any protection. Just to really tidy it up a bit, to be honest. It'll not look very nice through the it won't look very nice through the wheels, all rusted like that. So. Just got a half-inch brush, and we'll go over all the bits of rust that you can see on that shield, and maybe some of the hub. We'll see. It's worth noting you can apply this straight to rust. I was going to convert it first, but I'm just tidying it up at the end of the day. I'm not going for perfection here, and time is of the essence. The clouds are grey, and what I don't want is to be wet doing this shit. Simple as that. Like I said, we're not striving for perfection here. We're just simply making the daily driver look a bit better than it was. Some brake cleaner in here just to degrease the surface before we put a lick of paint on this. Right, we're going to look at tidying up these carriers and the caliper with some brake caliper paint. This set's from E-Tech. I have went for a sort of rebel blue caliper. I think that'll look really nice behind the wheel. Obviously these wheels, like I said, they're going to be painted at some point, refurbished. But until then, since we're doing these at the minute, we might as well get this out the way with. Let's open it up and see what we have. Brake and clutch cleaner. Little tin of paint, 250ml. And a little Stanley brush to apply it. This all came with the kit. So what we're going to do this caliper carrier first. So we're just going to mask up these channels here where the brake pads slide through. Don't want to get anything there that would cause issues for our brakes to work. And then we'll also look at masking up any screw holes, any bolt holes, anywhere that we would be fixing anything that would hold the caliper. My masking skills are not good, but we're trying, we're going for it. Okay, it's about an hour later. We've had a bit of an issue. As you can see, we now have some Ica brake discs for the front. The ones that Febby had sent me were 300mm discs, and the ones that came off the car were 278mm. So I've had to fly through. This is Saturday. Luckily, I caught them before they shut, and they had 2 discs in stock. So they saved. Let's get these on the car. So while we wait for that carrier to dry, I'm just going to start knocking the rust off the main caliper. It is quite bad. I'm just going to go around getting most of the loose rust off, and then I'll give it a lick of paint just to smarten it up a bit and protect it. Because yeah, I mean, behind the wheels these look horrendous. So again, not about perfection, just tidying up the state of it, trying to make it a bit better. I think that's as far as I'm going to go. I could spend all day doing this. I could have just bought new calipers, but I'm trying to keep this on a budget. And the pistons and the boot of the pistons look fine. Nothing's split. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to give it a lick of paint and let it dry. And for context, that's the amount of rust. So we're just going to put some Ceratec anti-squeak lubricant on these bits here, these channels. This will stop the brake pads squeaking. It's important that you don't get any of this on any friction material, so avoid it on the discs and the pads on the surfaces. Make sure you don't do that or you will not be stopping. So we're just going to take just a little bit, run it through the channels. Like so. And we'll go ahead with our disc brake now. Oh dear. Oh dear, I've done it the wrong way around. Right, back off we go with those. Silly, should have seen that one coming. Right, I have already cleaned these off camera, so I'll go ahead and reinstall the carrier this way. It's 120 Newton meters. Right, new pads going in. So I've already pushed the caliper back. Don't have a rewind tool big enough, so I've used a big pair of crocodile pliers. Like that. Do the same for the other pad. Install this directly into the channel there, like so. If we just get our caliper on this side, it should just slide in like that. Guide pins. If you don't want to use the Ceratec on this, it says not to use on rubber parts, and these go into a rubber sleeve, so we're going to put some copper grease on this instead. Just clean it up first. I'm not going to tighten these crazy tight. Tight enough. Should do it. Nice and fresh. Right, I'll continue the other side off camera. I think this can sit and dry before I put the wheel on, and then we'll check and see that the brakes are functioning as they should. Right, it's been about 45 minutes. I've done the other side. I've painted the calipers. They're just sitting drying. The carrier's over there in the vise drying, so I can't really do anything until I've done that. Brake related, so I've just undone the under tray. I'm going to start doing the service on the engine. To get the under tray off, it was 4 T30 screws on the front of the under tray and then another 2 at the back, and then that just falls out. So I'm going to get that off. I'm going to go and get the oil pan, drain the oil, and then yeah, I'll bring you back when I'm sort of underway doing that. Right, according to Grok, the sump plug is a 21mm on this car, so let's see if that's true. Still trying to find out where the oil filter is on this thing, but let's get the oil out first. Well, it is indeed a 21mm. Let that drain. Try and see if we can find out where this oil filter is. Oh. Is it top side? I can't see anything under here. Alright, let's have a look top side. I can't see. Right, found the oil filter housing. That is in a proper shit location. Let's see if I can find it. So, if you can see down there, so the airbox is here. It is down in there, just there. That is awful. Looks like I'm gonna have to remove this airbox fully to try and get to that. So these are 7mm. 7mm hexes, and it looks like there's going to be 4 for the air filter itself. I'm just going to take the air filter out so I can get better access to the housing. I need an extension as well. Let me quickly grab the extension. To be fair, this looks like the worst part of the whole job. It's not too bad so far. Famous last words. Let's touch some wood to not jinx it. Just on rubber grommets, it's not held in by much. Yeah, all these are 7mm. We've got electrical connectors as well. So it looks like we have just the one electrical connector, which was actually loose, so that should just pull off. Let me get a pick tool. Electrical connectors are the bane of my life. I hate them. There we go. Just needed a bit of persuasion. And a vacuum hose as well. There we go, it's out the way. Right, that gives us access to the oil filter housing now. You can see it just there. 25 Newton meters torque spec. Let's see if I've got a socket to go on there. What size are we going to say that is? Let's go and have a look, see if we've got anything. So that's a 27mm hex on there. That was on tighter than 25 Newton meters, that's for sure. Right, we managed to get the oil filter housing out. This was 27mm hex. Oh dear me, oh dear me. Made a right mess. Ow. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Quickly clean up the mess I've made. Also, I made a mess on the drive, with oil all over the place from getting that filter housing out. Typical. You never do an oil change without making a mess. Right, what do we need? Alright, I'm going to go and get a big tool to get the old O-ring off of here. Unfortunately, this filter hasn't came with a new crush washer, which is disappointing. So we're going to have to reuse the old one. I'll heat the O washer back up so it's more malleable and it'll seal properly still. So I'll have to get the blowtorch out for that. Oh, you bugger. The old one off. New one on. And so the new filter literally just pushes in, but look, it looks like it's got a dowel on the end of here. So I guess when this goes back into its housing, this is going to have to sit first. So let's go to the car and put the filter in. And so you might not be able to see very well, but down in there is in fact a little seat for that dowel to sit in. So we'll put the filter in first, and then we'll have to screw the housing over the top of it. Put this over the top. Now this will have to click into the top of it so it seals correctly. Now this should make a pop because it's not yet on. So as we turn this in, this should click, pop, and we'll torque it up properly. Alright, that's tight, so we'll go and get the torque wrench and just torque that to 25 Newton. That's all it needs. Right, so your oil filter in. Let's get underneath, get the sump plug, heat it up and put it back on the car. Right. to make it malleable again so it seals. So we'll go and put that on the car. Right, that should be sealed. Right, some plugs in, so let's change this air filter. Got a new Bosch filter going in. Oh, Jesus. So the date stamp on this filter is 2024. So I assumed it hadn't been serviced very often, but that's actually really clean, that filter. So there's hope yet. There's hope yet. We've got a new Bosch filter. Let's give this airbox a shake out. It's got a few dead bugs and leaves in here. Give it a quick spray with some brake cleaner. MAF sensors here. It's as simple as that. That's in. The housing reinstalled. Never seen an air filter like this before where it forms part of the actual housing. That's interesting. I don't really work on these kind of cars though. This is a French engine, this one. Very different to what I'm used to. Right, we just need to tighten these 7mm down. It's at the front of the car. Take it to the front and do it there. So 7mm here. I just retighten these down real quick. and it's just a case of refitting in reverse order. So we'll put those electrical connectors in before we forget. Where did this go? I think that went there. This clips into that and locks in. And then we get a vacuum on this hose here. It's back in place. Try and get this hose in place before we put the housing in its position. Make it easier for ourselves. There we go. This just relocates into its rubber boom. There we go. We can tighten down this hose to the turbo. Oh, it's removing it. It's in place, and then last but not least we have the snorkel, which just feeds into the airbox like so. Unfortunately we're missing these clips. This wasn't me for once. I actually do have an assortment of plastic clips, but I could go and find some. Yeah, let's do that. Right, we've got this set here. So it's just a case of finding something that fits well. Something that we can remove again actually would be nice. Got these push clips, we could give them a go. Not quite. This bigger one. There we go, they'll do. It's the one I've went for. Better than it being missing. It's quite solid. Happy days. Right, I'm hoping this brake caliper and its carrier are dry now, so I'll go and get that. Finish off installing the brakes and make sure they're happy. And we'll learn from our mistake last time, and we'll put this brake disc on first, which is already in place. Right, time to torque it back up to spec, which was 120 Newton meters. Let's have a look. That one done. Right, unfortunately the SD card filled up right at the end of filming that segment, so quickly give you a run through of what's been done. So the brakes are back on now. We've managed to fix the vibration and judder under braking. That was the main cause for concern. Other than that, we did the oil and filter change. The plan was to do a full service, but because the SD card filled up, I thought I'd save the rear brakes and the fuel filter, as well as the wipers and the cabin filter, for another video. But it's driving absolutely great now that we don't have that brake vibration. So that marks the end of this video. Hopefully you guys have found it entertaining. Maybe you've learned something. If you have, drop me a comment, let me know, and we'll get onto those last few bits in the next video. In fact, there are some additional parts that arrived today. So we have an ALG front splitter that will go across the bottom there. We also have an ALG rear spacer kit to go on the back, so that should space out them rear wheels quite nicely. And again, a wheel refurb will come in another video down the line. I'm prioritising wheels for the E38 at the minute because I've got a car show to attend on the 22nd of August. So I'll get the E38 sorted first, and then this will get its wheels, which I'm really excited to show you. I think you'll agree it will look really cool. But until then, I hope you've enjoyed. I'll catch you guys in the next one.